Hi, my name is Paul and I'm a Norwegian living in the Philippines. I've been living in the Philippines now for 4 or 5 years. Uh, I was living in Thailand before this, and by chance I ended up staying here, getting a job, uh, eventually a family, and staying here for way longer than 2 weeks I originally planned to stay. I haven't been back to Norway since 2017, 2018, and it's about time my mom and the rest of the family get to meet their new family member. So, obviously, when I go to Norway, I don't have a problem with entering and eventually again exiting the country. My baby girl doesn't either. Of course, it took a while during the pandemic to get a Norwegian passport and a Norwegian citizenship for the little baby, but after a lot of red tape and a lot of BS, we got it, and that happened, well, in August, and now it's time to apply for visa to Norway for my partner. Filipinos, they need a visa to go to Norway, like many other countries. Personally, I've been working in the travel industry for most of my adult life, and I think the visa procedures for many countries of the world are just a hassle and nonsense. Nations use it, or governments use it as a political tool. For example, now that the Russians are at war with the Ukraine, the EU just announced they would make it harder for Russians to travel abroad. They would raise the visa fees and make the process pretty much, well, very much more difficult. Same with when the States raised the visa fees for the Brazilians a few years back, and the Brazilians raised the visa fees accordingly to the Americans, just because of trade wars and all kind of nonsense. Anyway, so after a lot of research online, we are now in the process of getting started with the visa application for my partner. It involves gathering a lot of documentation. Luckily, she has a passport. She has always been traveling, so she has a current passport. Of course, you have to make a visa application. You have to show proof that you can take care of yourself when you're in Norway. Currently, you have to have at least a minimum of 500 kroners. That's about 50 euros, dollars a day in order to take care of yourself while you're there. Or you have to have a sponsor, which involves that the sponsor has to go to the police station with their last tax returns and salary slips and current bank balance, and get it notified or confirmed by the police in order to send it over here to be eligible as a sponsorship. Now we're just gonna show a bank statement for Elle, so we can show that she has the funds to take care of herself when she's traveling. She needs, of course, travel insurance. That's always a good thing to have anyway. She will be needing proof of flight ticket booking. The thing is, this is redundant rules, because before you could always book a flight ticket, and you didn't have to get the ticket issued until you got the visa application approved. Nowadays, the airlines, they want you to buy the tickets as soon as possible. And it's usually, the cheapest tickets are usually non-refundable, so it can be quite expensive if you do that and the visa application is denied for some reason. Anyway, so you need the application, you need the travel insurance, you need the proof of funds or sponsorship. You will also be needing, or she will be needing, either a invitation from somebody that she's going to stay with while in Norway, or a confirmation of hotel booking the entire stay. Usually when I go abroad, I usually book the first couple of nights, and then I use that as, whatever. But when you're applying for a visa, I usually, with a Norwegian passport, it's pretty strong, so I usually get visa upon arrival in most countries, so I don't have to usually go through this kind of red tape. But we do now. So you need an invitation, and there is, of course, a fee of about 700 kroners, visa fee of 700 kroners, $70, 70 euros, and I guess a couple of passport tickets, and we're good to go. Then, because now governments do their checks and vetting or whatever, we need to book a appointment with a global visa service, a company that is currently here in Manila, in Makati, and as I can see online, it's also in Cebu. The visa processing aren't done by the Norwegian embassy or the global visa service officer in Makati. It's actually shipped off to Bangkok, and the guys in Thailand are taking care of the visas for Filipinos applying for visas to Norway. When a Filipino is applying for a visa to Norway, they are applying for what they call a Schengen visa. So not only do they get access to Norway, but they also get access to the rest of Europe, except for England, which left the EU, European Union, last year or whatever. So there's a lot of red tape, a lot of paperwork, but we'll get there eventually. This will take, hopefully, around 3 weeks. 2 weeks for the processing, and 1 week for the passports or whatever, going back and forth from Manila to Bangkok. So we figured we would document this on YouTube, the whole process, and hopefully people can learn from. I'm not thinking about our mistakes, but the whole process, and it's going to be a fun ride. So let's go.